to the Crypto Bully Bear channel, where there's only fun decoding and no financial advice. And everything said on here is for entertainment purposes only. We're gonna wait. We're gonna wait for like one or two people. We got two people. All right, we got two people. So I just wanted to point out, I was looking at it yesterday, and I think I said this before, how so weird how when they advertise precious metals, they advertise it with gold and silver. And I always thought like silver was like cheaper, right? So it's almost like, why would you be trying to advertise precious metals like you would like exotic cars? Like you wouldn't take a Lamborghini and a Hyundai and be like, hey, exotic cars, you know? No. You would probably take a Lambo and a Ferrari, meaning that precious metals, all right, gold is expensive, but why wouldn't you put gold with palladium? Or why wouldn't you put gold with rhodium or platinum, you know, like a higher metal? What is going on? Lord of mercy. Anyway, and I'm like, God, there's got to be something about, because they always tell you truth, they say, right? So I'm like, they always got to tell you some type of truth. So they have silver and gold together. And like I said before, if you did research, if you did deep diving, the first Olympics, the first place was silver. And I'm like, oh, well, silver must have been known back there as very valuable in order for it to be first place. I was thinking, oh, maybe they found out that silver was truly valuable, but they didn't want people to understand that. So then they swapped it and they made gold the main attraction. And that's why they say gold and silver, is because I believe maybe silver is the true king of gold, and it's just a cover-up. And they try to use that as a cover-up. So, and I'm looking now, right? You have Bitcoin. So that was my theory on the gold and silver, right? Because it's always like, they always got to tell you truth there. Just like there's 13 months and 28 days. Why do you think only 1 month has 28 days and everybody has 30, 31? Because they always have to put the truth in there sometime or another. I'm not reading any of this stuff because I'm driving, so don't mind me at the moment. But check this out. You have Bitcoin and Litecoin, right? They both do the same shit. Litecoin is super fast because I used Litecoin before, like payment-wise. And I know somebody else that uses Litecoin also. I also know the best friend of the CEO of Litecoin. I used to hang out with him. Well, I wouldn't say hang out, but we used to be in contact and speak and shit like that, funny enough. And he was telling me how, like, he would always mention to me how, like, there's a hidden gem within Litecoin, all right? And I didn't see it. But now when I'm thinking about gold and silver, I'm like, shit, Bitcoin is like gold and Litecoin is like silver, right? Because it's like the silver coin, Litecoin, and Bitcoin is like gold. I'm like, huh. And don't you notice it's weird how Bitcoin's price is going berserk? It's over 100 grand. And fucking LTC is the baby brother of BTC. Hasn't even broken $100. And I'm just like, And then you hear in your mind, the first will be last, or the last will be first. And I'm just like, huh. Very interesting times. I just wanted to put that out there, and I wanted to know what you guys see or what you guys feel about that. You know, because I did notice now that freaking Metallicus was actually tweeting about Litecoin. So that's what got me my head ticking. I'm like, got Metallicus over here tweeting about Litecoin, and then I'm like looking at the gold and silver thing. thinking back like, yo, I think silver is a true gold. And I'm over here like, yeah, Bitcoin, all right, yeah, it could get saved on Metallicus, it could get wrapped and then moved as fast and compliant. I'm like, but what's up with Litecoin? Nobody speaks about Litecoin. Nobody talks about Litecoin. And I'm like, there has to be something good about it. And, you know, it's super cheap at the moment, too. So I might be looking maybe a little bit more into it. And I haven't spoken to the guy that I know that's friends with the guy from the Litecoin CEO, whatever. I haven't spoken to him in, I don't know, probably like over 2 years or something like that. So I don't know if he watches my videos, but maybe I should give him a call and see what's going on. But yeah, I will say Litecoin is on my radar at the moment because I was just, like I was saying, how the fuck does Bitcoin and Litecoin is supposed to be side by side, big brother, little brother. And I'm like, you have Litecoin not even breaking $100 yet. I mean, it has broken it, but like as of right now, it hasn't broken $100. But yeah, Bitcoin is over 100 grand. You would think that Litecoin should be over like $1,000, but I don't know. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. What do you guys feel in that situation? You guys have any information or any feelings about Litecoin? I'm just curious. I'm gonna read it in the chat in a minute. I'll read it at the next red light. And see what happens. What do you think about my theory on gold and silver? You think that I might be onto something, or I'm stretching, or I don't know what I'm talking about? So I gotta keep my eyes on the road over here. I got too many drunken drivers out here. I don't know what the hell is going on? Let's see what you guys are talking. Hi, everybody. Hi. Yeah, metal's ripping. Good afternoon. Greetings, special likes. Yep. Oh, yeah, I definitely lost weight in my face. For real. That's what happens when you let your wife sit on your face. Yep. Purple flag for sure. Join the one listening to. Oh, thank you, sir. All right, ran through there. So anyway, that was just my little thinking cap going on. And like I said, somebody was kind of whispering in my ear that, and this is not financial advice. This is only for entertainment purposes only. But it was a theory that if you invested every $10,000 you invested into silver, it may become, has an opportunity to become either anywhere from 100,000 to 400,000. And I was like, wow, 10,000 will get you 100 to 400,000. Pretty interesting. Now again, I'm not telling you to do this, but I was listening to somebody else, and they were like, well, if you're not looking to buy any type of house, or if you don't need your credit and you have decent credit, get as many credit cards as you can, and then pick you up some physical silver or any precious metals, so then you have it in hand. You don't got to worry about it, being slipped or anything like that. So you have it in hand, and if they want to take your cards out, let them take your cards out. You'll have the silver in hand, so nothing to worry about. Nothing to worry about. Oh, man. Again, I'm not telling you to do that. There was just some options and opportunities that were said in the conversation. So, all I would say is just do the right thing. Do the right thing. Anyway, I don't want to keep dragging this on. This was just more about silver and gold and BTC and LTC. And like I said, quite interesting how they have pretty much the same tokenomics, Litecoin and Bitcoin, but yet Bitcoin is ripping and Litecoin is chilling. So, interesting times. And they always saying that the last will be first, so let's see. let's see what happens. I think being that Metallicus was pushing Litecoin, I can see a very nice journey for Litecoin to come up. Now, I have no idea what the price could be. I don't even know what the all-time high is. I don't even know what it was. I know it broke 400 at one point. But look into it yourself and see. It might be a gem to hold on to. It might not. But I'm not telling you to buy it. I'm just sharing my thoughts and what I've seen and my curiosity, basically. So, it is what it is. Let's see what you say. Regulations will force most tokens into Metallicus to be compliant and wrapped. Yeah, I think they're the gatekeepers. That's just in my honest opinion. I think they are the gatekeepers. And like I said, it costs a lot of money to get all these licenses and stuff like that to operate and be in compliance with the United States. So what do you think a company would rather do? Just wrap themselves up with a company that already did the steps and everything, and they don't have to lay out any money? They just, all they got to do is take their coins and literally wrap them, you know, like a third party type of thing, and then you get to go. You don't got to worry about spending money. You don't got to worry about any of that license, waiting on this, waiting on that. That's a beautiful thing. And if Metallicus is the, what would I call them? The main foundation, the main gateway. Anybody goes through Metallicus is granted immunity kind of type shit. That's this type of shit I see. And then I can see Ripple merging with Metallicus. Right now, Ripple, it will be the bank. And now they have Metallicus, who now can wrap any coin in the crypto world and put it onto the, supposedly, the fastest blockchain, the most compliant blockchain, and a USA-made blockchain. A USA-made ecosystem. Okay? That is the Voltron of payments. You can have Ripple worldwide, banks to banks. Then comes Metallicus, right? Compliant and everything, ready to rock and roll. I mean, you're talking about unstoppable entities coming into the mix. You know? You got the company Ripple, like I said, that can connect countries to countries, basically. Banks to banks. Right? That's their connection. And then you have Metallicus that can, like I said, that can take any coin and make it legal and compliant and super fast. And then you got Jeb McCabe, who can't be touched. He started the mock docs, right? Got docs, whatever the hell that first exchange was where all the Bitcoins were missing. Notice how his name never really surfaced. He never really got questioned, I don't think. He never got jailed for any of that stuff. There's so many things. And then you got to understand too, he created Ripple. He was behind Ripple. He left. He created XLM. He called in Metallicus CEO to help him launch XLM. So you got to understand the forces that are within the group. Like I said, it's one big sandbox, and all these CEOs are playing in the same sandbox. They might be fighting over some toys, but they're all playing in the same sandbox. You know? And there's no need to go into competition. The whole world is going to be here. You know? The whole world is going to be using this new technology. So it would make sense for them to merge together and make it that much easier for people to use than to be fighting one another, to be like, well, use my coin. No, use my coin. No, use my coin. Everybody can say, use any coin. Is right coin, the Litecoin is the right coin? So, that's just something that I see. That's something I see. So I see price action also going up here, and I'm just going to say this. I hope I'm totally wrong. I hope I am totally wrong. But this might be a fake out. I think this might be a fake out where, it looks like it's slowly going up. Because, like, come on, XRP, if that shit should have shot up already, $5, $8 already. Come on. If you're going to be the banking coin, you're going to be that valuable, you're that Mr. Utility, like, make it unreachable, make it unaffordable at this point, $8, $10, stretch it out. But I see it creeping up. It's over 250. It's actually 260 now. I'm sorry, $2.63. So just be careful with that. Again, I hope I'm totally wrong and this shit just skyrockets, next week, this week, whatever the case is. Today's 7-11, so we'll see what the price is, how it moves. Are we gonna be able to afford Slurpees or what? How are we gonna do? So exciting times happen. And what did I hear on 7:30? Because I had said that the 30th of this month would be like one of the months to keep eyes on, because that would be 3 sevens. Actually, it would be 4 sevens. Because you have 7:30 and then 25. 2 plus 5 is 7. And then you have multiple sevens. Let's see what these guys are saying. Why buy a coin for $100 when you can buy XPR for that money? Well, again, I wasn't telling you to buy Litecoin. I was just pointing out the price difference is crazy. And plus, Bitcoin and Litecoin, people know about them, so it would be more of people buying that coin than buying Proton. But again, Proton's my number one coin. Loan and Proton, I should say. Silver is money. Well, because XRP is digital and silver is physical, so maybe that's a reason why. Have I heard of Ian Dunlop? He has a crystal ball and says Bitcoin will be 130 by September, October. I can see that. That's peanuts anyway. 130. I can see 150, to be honest, and then Bitcoin will hit $1 million. That's only 10 times from where it is now. It's not that far. That's not that much money. Metallicus will supercharge all Ripple partnerships, which will bring all those liquidities into Metallicus ecosystem, going to be colossal. That's pretty much what I believe. What's going on with the puss? Proton puss is doing this thing. And again, I think that it could be something. I'm not going to say as guaranteed, but there's a lot of clues that I pointed out. There's a lot of videos I already pointed out with the PP and the kitty and the final destination and all this other shit. So again, it's all about timing. We got to wait and see what happens. Yeah, partnerships, Metallicus. Yep, Zenga. What up, man? Scooby-Doo, yep. Scooby-Doo, gonna get it, baby. XPR, Proton, the same or different logos and stuff? XPR and Proton are the same. They actually just changed logos and the name of it. It used to be called Proton XPR, I think, and now it's called Proton Network. Max, you're trying to make fun of people on here now that hold XPR? I'm gonna let you rock out. You're not too rude. Don't be dissing my family. You don't like the army coming up in here and trying to diss the family over here. If you look into the decodes, it looks like Proton, not XPR. Well, Proton and XPR is the same thing, so unless you meant XRP. Unless you meant XRP. I mean, if you look at the colors, I mean, listen, if you look at the movies, you look at all the new shows and everything, you can see the Metallicus colors. Look at metal. Look at the icon for metal blockchain. And you see those colors literally everywhere. Matter of fact, go on YouTube and go look at the Brooklyn Bridge fireworks and go look at the colorisms on there. I mean, go back to The Simpsons. Go back to the Frink episode. Fucking Burns's what was Burns's secretary's name over there? Well, whoever works with Burns, I can't even. It's on the top of my head. Whoever works with Burns, he brings in Marshall Hayner and freaking the Metallicus company to crack the code. Go look at the code. Go back to The Simpsons, season 31, episode 13, Frink episode. Okay? Go look at Burns. Burns now is like, oh, somebody came out with a cryptocurrency. Somebody's going to be richer than me. So he's looking to get somebody to crack the code, right? And who does he bring in? He brings in Marshall and the people under Metallicus. Go look at the character's face, then go look at the members that are in Metallicus. And you will see a resemblance. Irina is in there. Marshall's in there. He's the one with the red hair. Go see it for yourself. Okay? But you know, people that are part of the army will just be super, I wouldn't say super blind, but you know, they're only going to see it in their way, and they're not going to see XPR as anything valuable. And that's the end of it. So at this time, we can go back and forth and say XPR, XRP. They're both going to be a thing. They're both going to be a thing. You know, I just don't think that XRP is going to reach 10,000, 37,000. I don't think so, only because I understand now there's going to be multiple blockchains taking on some of this value. Now, if XRP was the only one taking on all this value, then yes, I can say 37,000 per coin. I can see that, you know. But what do I know? I'm still here working, doing videos. So only time will tell. Time will bring it to the point where we will see what is what. So, yeah, Metallicus colors everywhere. I don't know why I'm having a feeling that there might be a difference, or maybe I'm crazy. I don't know. I don't know there. There's definitely XP on The Simpsons. I mean, look at the smokestacks. They're talking about nuclear stuff right now. Nuclear this, nuclear that. It was a nuclear plant. And The Simpsons with the proton symbol on it. But again, people will deny that. Would WebOff still work in a cyber attack? I guess we'll find out. Supposedly it will, but we'll find out. In this video regarding the frog, they multiply frog tokens. It's Frank Dank Bank. I believe the frog is actually Frank token on Alcor. Oh, interesting. I will check that out. Thanks, Zenga. Smithers. Oh, that's his name, Smithers. So Smithers goes and he gets a team that can crack the code. Oh, shit. And then in that part that I'm thinking about, now I told you about the Final Destination 3. If you go to Final Destination 3, you'll see the word McKinley and shit like that. Even in the cops, in the play, I guess it's the town maybe called McKinley. In the Simpsons, the Frink episode, when Smithers goes and he shows Burns the crew that he got, remember he's giving him the McKinley rub, the McKinley elbow rub or whatever, you know, say McKinley elbow rub. It's part of the Final Destination. Again, in Final Destination, I showed you that they have a poster that has the atom sign with a lamp that looks like the pyramid. It looks like the dollar bill. And then they put the church steeple bank looking thing on the top shelf. I already told you about the new pope being proton, the new pope being XPR, and then in the fucking movie Final Destination, they put up what looked like, you know, the first bank, what looked like the clock tower, what looked like, you know, a steeple, like a church. So you got like that church bank looking thing. Just like Proton, the first, Pronto. But most won't see that neither. Yeah, soon next will be on the Purple Road. The new Smurf movie coming out. Up purple everywhere. And the Smurf is another one too, man. They tell you the truth. Blue skinned people. Yeah, I'm trying to be in that purple road, kiddo. Seems like Proton Kitty is abandoned. There is no image to be seen anymore. You know the picture. The little ball of fur? Well, we'll see. Again, we will see. They have taken out the images of these tokens to conceal them. It means we're close. Marshall tweeted to Elon that he should be the CEO of X. Ripple, you have word, lies, and scam. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Ripple does got a lie in there. Well, again, we shall see. We shall see. Fun video. Gold, silver. Again, my honest opinion, I think silver is the true winner here. I would advise you to pick up some silver, at least one coin. $37, $40. Spend one coin. If you have an extra $100 to play with, take your $100 and buy silver coins. Okay? Buy Eagle, buy whatever, Liberty. Buy one of these silver coins. Or just buy a chunk of silver. That's it. Get it, get a 2-ounce coin. Marshall, Big Brad, yeah. Brady Marshall. Well, that's my whole point. Ripple can use any blockchain, so that's why, like, I can't see XRP by itself being $30,000 or whatever the case is. I can see it maybe getting up to $10,000 if it has that utility and whatnot. But as of today, if you spent money today, you'll get the most value picking up XPR over XRP. Now, I'm not saying that XPR is going to be more money than XRP. I'm just saying if you invested today, investment-wise, the growth, I think you will be making a lot more money buying XPR today than buying XRP. That's all I have to say there. Yeah, there is a reserve for Elon, supposedly. Yes. I think Metallicus did make a reserve pile for X.com. If you wanted to use XPR as the currency on the platform, there was a certain amount of tokens that could be made for him to be accounted for. Maybe 10 billion or something like that. I'm not sure the exact number, but there was a rumor stating that. Would you convert physical? I'm not telling anybody to convert anything over, but if it was me, I would definitely take all my gold and convert it over to silver. That's what I would do. So that's what I would do. Now, again, you would have to wait for the revaluation in order to truly see the benefit of the silver, okay? We have to see the new revaluation in order for you to see the true value of silver. So that's what we have to wait for, is when they finally back the American dollar by something tangible, like something physical, and they were talking about bringing gold and silver back. So that's what I would do. What price do you think will be for Pearl? Oh, I have no idea what you're asking there. So there could be a possibility that Ripple doesn't use XRP. There could be a possibility that Ripple is using XRP to fund the company Ripple, to bring Ripple to the point where they're able to, take on any blockchain. If I was to get into, I think the better thing to holding is a Ripple stock than over XRP. That's just my honest opinion. And I'll say this again. For me, I think holding the Ripple stock is way more valuable than holding the XRP coin itself. That's just my opinion, not financial advice. because I know Ripple's going to do big things. I know Ripple's going to be in the main spotlight, you know, connecting the world digitally. Okay, Metallicus will probably be behind the scenes helping Ripple connect the world, but doing it legally in a fast manner and in compliant manner. Okay, that's what I could see. Ripple being the main name, shining out on everybody, right? The blue beam. This is why all these fires happening and none of the blue things are burning. You notice that? None of the blue things are burning. So maybe Ripple is going to be the main blue jive. And like I said, no one really understands what's running behind the scenes. So Metallicus most likely would be running behind the scenes, turning everybody compliant and fast and legal. That's how it's going to probably work. That's how it's probably going to work. Is Marshall and Elon known friends? That I have no idea. And I don't think it matters because you can kind of see it on the wall. Go look at The Simpsons. The Simpsons has one episode with Elon Musk in it. Okay, The Musk That Falls or something like that. Go watch that. Go watch that. Go watch that episode and you'll see that they were already showing you that Elon Musk was going to take over Twitter. It was already given. I forgot what year that episode came out. But that episode came out years before Elon Musk took over Twitter. Because when you see it in the beginning of the show, they show you the blue bird, the Twitter bird, right there. And then they're showing you like currency, and then the Phoenix is in there. And then it shows the rocket ship burning the bird, like the American dollar bird. So, I mean, you got to be creative with it, and you got to watch it, and then come up with your own thoughts. And then be like, yeah, I can see this happening, I can see that happening. You got to be creative with it. But on that note, it was just supposed to be about gold and silver. I think I spoke about it enough. I'll just look over these comments and then I'm going to be out. Another thing that people don't understand, that XRP is not ISO 200 compliant. You know, you got half the people saying it is and half the people saying it's not. I thought it wasn't, but it was on the list, so I don't know. We'll see. We're going to understand real soon. This week we're going to understand because the 14th is right. It's coming up. It's coming up. Today's the 12th, 13th, 14th. Yeah, Wednesday. Remember, the world is a stage and people are just playing the characters. That is for sure. Truthful answer. ISO 222 Metallicus. Yep. This is also show Elon partners with Metallicus. Oh, you know what? You're right, Zanga. You're totally fucking right. It does show that fucking Elon partners with Metallicus. Because if Metallicus is the proton symbol, you'll see fucking Musk sitting on top of the proton symbol under the smokestack. Holy moly! What the hell are people doing? I heard that XRP is a very old system and slow. Yeah, it's slower than XLM and it's slower than XPR, but XRP could get wrapped through Metallicus and become just as fast as Metallicus and be compliant and all. That's why they have XRP. So anyway, we'll see. There's a lot of talks of this and a lot of talks of that, but only time will tell. All right, I'm going to be out of here, peeps. Press the like button, share my shit, and send me some motherfucking tips. And stop being cheap, bitches.